What's up, guys? This is Kender. Welcome back to another episode of Kender Plays Minecraft from the Craft Theory server. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Today is the day. Today is it. This is going to be what I think a lot of you have absolutely been waiting for. I know that I've been waiting patiently trying to get this thing done. But today we are touring the base. Today I'm going to take you guys around and show you all of the goodness that has been done over the last few months of being here on the server. There is a lot of people to thank for this, and I want to start out with thanking MyPuppyTeyla. She has been very instrumental in getting a lot of this stuff done and being a muse and an inspiration for a lot of what I was trying to accomplish out here. Without you, Tayla, I don't know, man. I don't think it would look quite the way that it does, so thank you to MyPuppyTeyla. A big thank you to PJPajamaBottoms and CheriPie. The two of you have been more than instrumental with getting this place up and going. You had put in a ton of work, a ton of time, a ton of effort in cleaning the place out, getting it all straight the way that I wanted it, and you've just been really amazing through this whole Hey, don't wreck my door, ever. Oh, don't wreck me. Dude, about wrecked my face. Did you see that? You're coming in here, banging stuff around, yelling and squealing. Ugh. Anyway, CheriPie, you've also been a really big help in, in getting this place done. You and PJ both have just been so thoughtful and helpful, and just without you, that mushroom wouldn't have been anything. I mean, that is 100% your idea, and we will go see that mushroom along with all the rest of this stuff right now. I am going to go sleep, make it day, and then when I get back, we will be taking a flight around the base, so stay tuned. Okay, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that little fly around that I did. The music that we were listening to was provided by a really good friend of mine named Double Knuckles Productions, and he is a wonderful EDM creator. He's just fantastic, and big props to you, dude. We've known each other for most of our lives, and yeah, thanks for being my homie, man. So I want to get into the. Okay, see you later. Wanted to say bye to her, but she left before I got a chance to. First thing we're going to do is go underneath this flower. Now, this flower was created for Midnight Mandy because her favorite colors are purple and black, and I wanted to do something nice for her. Under each one of these flowers, this one, this big pink one right there, the orange one, and that white one, you will see that they're on mounds of dirt. Now, under each one of those mounds, except for this big purple one because it has a big purple thing, but under each mound is this right here. This is where the magic happens right here. The witches, this was a witch farm, or a witch hut. This was turned, this was turned into a witch farm by me. The idea is it has a shifting floor. The witches drop down into that hole. Now, this design was originally came up with by Il Mango, and it was modified a little bit by Tango Tech because when you would unload the chunks the way that Il Mango's worked, it would actually break the machine. But this way, you can unload the chunks, and it does not break the machine. So the witches drop down in that hole. They drop down the required length, which I think is, I don't know, 30 blocks or so. I can't remember off the top of my head, maybe 32. Anyway, they drop down and end up on these hoppers down here. Now, this particular hut, I made an access point down here because I wanted to be able to get witch heads, because we have our server set up to where we can get mob drops, mob heads. So you stand on this, it floods water in here. The witches drop down into the water. They come over to this area. You use your sword on, your looting sword on them, and have the possibility of getting a witch head out of it. Now, the odds are they're not real great on getting any more of the witch. As a matter of fact, I think Monkey may have changed that to where that doesn't work anymore. So unfortunately, that part's broken. But when it was working, that's what it did. That was the whole purpose behind it. Now, like I was saying, under each one of the mounds here, under each one of the flowers, is a witch farm. So obviously I have 4 of them, which is amazing. And under this particular one right here, the pot, the little home as I like to call it, this is where if you stand, you can AFK and all 4 farms will fire. So up here, I had made, well, Teyla and I have made this little house. So you could actually stand right here in this corner and get all 4 of them loaded and firing, which was really, really nice whenever I was, collecting all of my stuff and things. So this was a pretty cool little place to be. So inside this, let me show this off first. Sky Pilot Tom helped Teyla and I get these 2 guardians put in here, and that was a whole adventure by itself. I really wish that I would have been recording that so we could have had it, but he made it really just flawless on Tom's part for getting these guys in here. I mean, it was like it was no big deal to him to get them in here. So big props to Sky Pilot Tom for getting that in here. Now this is my base. We have custom textures for our paintings. So from the pictures from last season are all over the place. I love this map. This map was made by Creepers to Kill, and it is absolutely amazing. I just love it so much. This was another map that she did, which is, I think, just really, really killer. Speaking of maps, here's a map of the whole area, my whole little place. I do need to update it because I have one more snail that I made. It's on this corner. I haven't updated it yet. But this is the big spider. There's 2 snails here, the big butterfly, my bonsai tree with the beehive in it, and of course all the flowers. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so if all 4 of the witches are firing, where do they collect? I left this clock running for some reason. they all collect into this water stream and to this water stream. Obviously, the two that are down there collect here. They merge in the middle. It comes floating down here, gets put into these hoppers, and then added into this sorting system. And I have a lot of everything. Like lots of everything, especially sticks. I have an amazing amount of sticks, which I will show you something that I've done with this that I think is really super cool. This is basically my disposal system. Whenever I get inundated with more than I care to have, I put it in there. It turns it on. There's 2 observer blocks that are going back and forth, firing this dispenser, which pushes everything off into the lava. So pretty easy, pretty cool. So like I was saying, the two or all 4 of the witch huts fire, drop, and collect in here. So that's pretty cool. When we were lighting all the caves and stuff up, this was discovered. And I'm really proud of this fossil right here because it's pretty amazing, if you ask me, to have almost if this head was turned the other way, and maybe a little closer, this would actually look like a real fossil, but instead the eyes are there, the mouth is right here, and of course this is the rib cage. But each one of these bats that are in here, I have them named after members of my family. So, it's kind of me wanting to keep parts of my family alive, I named the first one after my dad, who passed away quite a few years back. And I was missing him when I did it, so I named one after him, and then his 2 brothers, and then my 2 brothers, and my nephews, my niece, just different family members. All of the mob drops, the head drops that I've collected are right here. I have a bunch more down there, but they're basically duplicates of what you see here. So, out of all of these, I can't decide which is my favorite. I love the Firefox. I love the Charge Creeper. I really love the slime. It just I don't know which is which. I don't know which is my favorite. So anyway, down this hallway, again, when we were exploring around this area, lighting up caves and whatnot, we ended up discovering, I think, 4 different types of spawners. This one is my skelly spawner. This is where I got all the bones from, is right here. So they fire in there, they go up this little mob evader, they drop down and basically die here, and bones and arrows get collected in there. So it's and it's all controlled here. This little switch will turn the lights off and on, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I got a little trash can for all the for all the arrows, because when you get an infinity bow, you don't really need to keep a bunch of arrows on hand. So I made this little room. I was going to have it hold all my books and all my precious materials and stuff like that, and I just never bothered to. It's probably my favorite picture. I just never bothered to get around to doing it. This is I'm calling it my storage area, but it's kind of weird the way that I set it up. I'll just show you. This room was supposed to contain all of the stones, like the different andesite, diorite, granite, stone, cobble, all the stuff and things. This room was going to contain all the grassy type stuff and sand and things like that. This room was going to be strictly 100% for making concrete and keeping things that were dyed. Now, what's cool about this room is if you have concrete or sand that you're wanting to change the colors, I have a converter right here that will do just that. Pretty handy to have it right here. I'm gonna turn this down. Sorry about that little break. I had to turn the sounds down because this room is my food room, or at least it was supposed to be, but it has pearls in it and records and stuff. Iron Maiden Jenny did a really great job of helping me organize this place because it was a mess. It was just a giant, awful mess. And she came in and really just took control and organized the heck out of it. So, Jenny, thank you so much, darling. I really appreciate it. So this place right here is for my cows. So you climb up here and you need to feed them, right? So you push this little button, they bobble up and down, and you feed them. But wait, where do you get your wheat? Well, it is right here in this little micro farm. Pretty convenient, right? I got all the bones and everything to put in here. Turn around, feed the cows. Meat drops in here, so you take the raw beef out and you put it in this auto smelter for it to cook. What's cool about this is it's being fed sticks. This is what I'm proud of. Let's break into this joint. So let's say that you're cooking and all of a sudden you run out of sticks. You're like, oh no, how am I supposed to, continue to cook my delicious food? I don't have any sticks. Well, what you do is you push this button. This button is connected to this torch, which will basically fire this chest. And what's cool about this chest? If you look in it, it's got all the sticks, right? Well, when this is empty and the whole system is empty, you can send that cart down this little track here. You remember those 3 chests of sticks that I showed you? They're all right here. So the cart comes along and it jumps up here and it fills up with sticks and it detects when it's completely full of sticks and it sends itself back up here. I don't have to touch it, and refills the system up here with sticks. Pretty amazing. I'm very proud of it. I actually have a tutorial on my channel on how to build this very thing, so go check that out if you're interested. It's pretty cool. It's a little difficult to follow the tutorial because it was difficult to explain how everything worked. But I did the best that I could, so whatever. Just don't hate on me too much. Let's exchange the fishes for the steaks. So the noises. This is one of the special mobs from Halloween. This is also a special mob from Halloween. And this is a special mob from Halloween. They are trapped in here. We will not be getting them out because they will wreck your face. Plain and simple. This little guy is adorable, but oh god, he's so bad. This room is for wood, obviously. And this is for all of the nether stuff and things. And this room right here is just a random mishmash of everything else that's left. Coming down here, I have a sugarcane farm. Automatic. So it basically runs on detectors, so once the detector detects that it grows up, it fires these pistons, pushes them off in here, drops them off in there. Woo-hoo. I know that I am giving this tour really quick. I get that. I'm listening to myself talk and ramble on. This is for, extra redstone, which for some reason is, there we go. This room is for gunpowder and all the sugarcane to make rockets. This is for my glowstone. And like I said, I know that I'm giving this tour really quickly, but there's so much to show you guys. And I'm tired of putting out videos that are an hour long. So I'm trying to squeeze in everything that I can. Okay, so we're going to go next. We're going to fly over there to the mushroom. Okay, I don't know if you noticed in the fly around or not, but this area right here next to the mushroom is where I keep all of my animals. Now, some were donated, some have been bred, some were already here, some I captured, some that I borrowed from other people who are no longer on the server, but they had animals, so I brought them over here to live in peace and harmony because this is the animal zone. I love the animals on the server. In this game, period. Go ahead, sugar. With your bad self. Get down, girl. The animals of this game, I love them all. They're just near and dear to my heart, so I wanted to make them a special little place of their own. And what better place for the animals to live than next to this killer mushroom that was built by PJPajamaBottoms and CheriPie. Thank you very much. I copied the stem from Sherry's Realms. Sherry had to come in and build the cap because I tried to build it, and frankly, I screwed the whole thing up. So she came in and fixed it for me because she is an amazing woman. So underneath the mushroom, there's a hole. We go in this hole, we go down these stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, we have this. Now, I was going to make a whole villager trading system down here. These were zombie villagers that I caught and changed and yeah, it just didn't happen. But what's cool about this place is this blue dot. If you stand on this blue dot and you flip the switch, this light goes off. What happens is there is a zombie spawner right there, and there's another zombie spawner that is down below us, kind of like that angle, roughly. And this blue dot, this one spot, is the only spot that you can stand that will fire both that one and that one. Zombies, you know, they do their bleh thing, and then they come and they splash around, and they end up in this spot where you can kill them, take them out, do whatever you're going to do. Their drops all land down here. The villagers can trade with the zombie flesh and paper. So, which is why I have yet another sugarcane farm here, and why I have all the zombies and stuff here, so I can do the paper trades and the zombie flesh trades. So it's pretty cool. Back here, there's another villager that I was thinking about making it into thingy doodler to breed more villagers, but yeah, it didn't happen. This hole should probably be covered. All right, so that's basically this little area underneath the mushroom. You know, this was here. It's been here quite a little while, and I had a thing that looked like a rocket above it, and I hated it. And then when I got to, when I really got to designing out this place and deciding that I wanted to do, a whole flowery thing, and knew that I wanted to do some kind of mushroom here, I actually wanted to change all that into like an Alice in Wonderland trippy kind of going down the rabbit hole thing, but that didn't happen. So this path right here, I love this path. Let's fly up for a second. Just zip up here real quick, up and out, and this whole area right here, I cleared every single tree out of this area. Every one. This was barren. And I laid out this path. And I laid out this path because I wanted kind of a Zen Garden feel. Like if you're walking through the path. These path blocks actually have speed on them. Thank you very much for that, monkey. That's great. So this Zen walkway that I have is now like a racetrack. But I just wanted a way to, just to be able to walk through a really cool foresty type area, where you could come and you could contemplate things and relax and not have to worry. Let your cares go. Just take in the views, because sometimes the views in this place really, really awesome. They just, there's some really cool vistas within this walkway, and this is another one of those things that I'm like really proud of with this whole area. Now we won't walk the whole thing because it takes a while, but there's one thing on here that I love, and it's this mushroom right here. This was a naturally grown tall mushroom. I couldn't even believe it when it came out like this. I mean, I was like stunned. By the way, that's big. I was stunned when it came out this big. It was just like, wow, that was just really fortuitous, and I'm so glad that it happened that way. It was just really, really amazing that it came out natural like that. So the path winds around and zigzags back and forth, and it comes to this spot. And what I like about this spot, I knew that I wanted a big spider. I knew that I wanted that, and I didn't really know where I was going to put it until I found this area. I dug all of this out, this hole right here. I dug all the way down. I filled the bottom of its diorite and water. Teyla and I built this spider together. I put down all of the cobwebs, and then I created this path to go over the top of it. Now, I'm tempted to change this path to glass, just to give you a good sense of going over the spider, because, I mean, that spider's really cool. But this path was added in here to be able to afford a person to come on this side and get a really cool view of these guys. These were a very late addition. My little snails here, really, really late addition to this whole area. But I mean, I really think that they fit in really well. And what's amazing about this area, first off, Mandy and I came and did most of this tilling, planting of the wheat, because there's an achievement that you're wasting time if you break a diamond hoe. So that's what this is all about, is breaking diamond hoes. But what was cool was whenever I was over here messing around and, doing this, I ended up finding this guy, yet another skelly spawner. And of course, I had to put it together. Ooh, my wings are about to break. So I ended up having to make this into, a thing, because why not? Why would you not? I mean, you have it, you might as well use it, right? So we will get a really cool view of this place up here. Let's check out this sign. Pig Mountain. That was from MyPuppyTeyla. She decided to call this place Pig Mountain because it had pigs all over it when we first come over here. So all of this was tilled and put into place. I need to light this area here the way that I did the rest of it, but I really like the way that this looks. To me, it just looks really neat. And it kind of gives a really cool view of the bonsai tree that I made. This is my bonsai, along with my beehive. And I'm really, really proud of this. This custom tree, it took me a really long time to make this tree look the way that it looks and creative. And I really love the way that it turned out here on the server. I think the bottom of it could be fluffed out a little bit, but at this point, I think I'm just going to leave it. So let's hop over here. I'm going to show you something that's kind of cool about the beehive. If I can do it. Oh, I didn't get inside it. You can actually get inside the beehive. Here, I'll go ahead and just cheat. And see, they have the bat and Enderman head on them as, of course, the heads of the bees. And I think that's just a really nice touch, just to differentiate between the two. And I had a bunch of those heads donated by every single person that's on the server. So everyone, thank you very much for giving them to me. They went a really, really long way into making this place amazing. I really love the way that this place turned out. It's taken so many months of just working and planning and scrapping and redesigning and getting advice and not agreeing with the advice, but taking it anyway and doing it and realizing that the advice that I was given was the right call and the right choice. And just, I've had so much help from everyone here on the server getting this place looking the way that it did. We had a contest and I actually won best base, and if it wasn't for the help of the people here on the server, I wouldn't have the best base. I mean, all of this was it wasn't just me, it was a culmination of everyone who helped. So from me to all you guys, thank you so much for helping me achieve what I've achieved here, because this whole place is just amazing to me. I have one final thing to show, but it needs to be daytime. Okay, so here's one last thing to show off. And once again, thanks to MyPuppyTeyla for the inspiration and building these things for me. I love them so much. I wanted ants, because no good place comes along without having some kind of infestation of something. I wanted ants, so I got some ants. Look at them. Aren't they cute? They're so big. I love it. I love these guys so much. It's just, oh God. So they have a trail that they made. So we will follow their little trail. They've kind of eaten their way from their home to my home, and their home is right here. And what's really cool is this little guy right here coming out of the hole. I love it so much. I can't even tell you. Now, it does only stop right there, which, that's fine, whatever. The fact that they have their own anthill is amazing to me, and it's really cool. And you can actually get a really neat view of the swamp from here, which I think is really awesome. Especially, I have my render distance up kind of high, so it's really neat to be able to do that. Right over here on that side somewhere is Creepers to Kill's house. So she was threatening to build a big giant can of Raid and spray my ants, and it was just the whole thing. It was pretty funny. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the tour of the place. It's like I said, it's been a labor of love. It's been a long time in the making. It's finally done, and it's something that I'm gonna get up here. This is something that I'm so very proud of that I can't even really express to you and put into words how proud I am that this thing isn't rendering in. How proud I am of how this whole base turned out. I mean, it's just beautiful. It really is. I love it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you do, please be sure and hit that thumbs up button. It really means a lot to me. So I have been Kender. This has been an episode of Minecraft from the Craft Theory server, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.